What up, y'all? This is Quaesar from the Mighty Rhyme Fighters crew, Project Blowed, COLA, right here in my hometown, Monte, California. Hey, yo, usually I'm out here popping the trunk, but today we're gonna do something different. Hop in, let's take a ride. You know, when cats come out to LA and search for roots and culture, they often find themselves lost in a sea of dreamers with no real direction themselves. So instead of letting you go astray, I'm here to steer you in the right direction. Boom, what up, y'all? This is Quaesar. We're right here in Pomona, California. I'm at OverSpray Art Supply Gallery, and this is the East Side Underground.
I remember going to Rosemead and meeting all the SKAs and the IHPs and the FBIs.
Nice.
And going down Valley Boulevard, the 76, the RTD, the 76,
Yep.
Going down Valley Boulevard.
Yep.
We jump on it on Walnut Grove and Valley. And then we would get off and then get off it came every hour. So we get off, we go riding around that neighborhood, we jump back on, we eventually end up in downtown. And then jump back on either the 70 or the 76, whatever came. 70 went down Garvey, the RTD.
Yep.
Right, so we jumped either on the 70 or the 76, all the way to Almani Station. That was our route from Almani Station to downtown, the RTD. Just hitting scribes, jumping off, acting a fool in that little neighborhood, then jumping back on the bus, and we would do that on a regular basis.
Yeah. You grew up with Haewhyer, right? You have a background with Haewhyer.
Yeah. So I met Haewhyer through Heist and World, who doesn't write World. He changed his name to Sure.
Yeah.
That was the FBI SKA crew.
Yep.
Right. So Loco became one of my best friends in high school. And I remember he used to come to school with these cassettes, and I wasn't a big underground hip hop head.
Yeah.
But I remember he introduced me to the Lords of the Underground, the Alcoholics, the EPMD. He started introducing me to Eric Sermon and all,
Yeah.
Method Man, Redman. It was because of him that I started to grow into hip hop.
Nice.
Haewhyer.
Hell yeah.
And he was even in high school, he was at the top of his game. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense.
Nah,
we went to
man.
Rosemead.
He was.
Taboo was one of the ones we went to Rosemead with. He was a little older than Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
And everybody's talking about Taboo, and I was like, nah, Local. You gotta listen to Local. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta listen to this dude. And we used to walk to school in the morning, and he used to he would just be his mouth would move, and he would just be talking to himself. But I understood later he was building his vocabulary in his head.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he would do. He would walk to school, and that dude was on another level.
Man, that's awesome. So, when did you start OverSpray? When did you kick in, have the first open your doors to the public?
So OverSpray started, to be quite honest, OverSpray started decades before OverSpray even opened, right? We didn't know a name, we didn't have a location, but it was always something in the back of our heads, we needed a community space for our friends and family. You know what I mean?
You have years and decades of being on the streets, hitting the RTDs, catching wreck, basically what we called back in the day, and you guys are putting in work, so it morphed into, it grew, it matured into what it is what you're saying, right? Nice.
Yo, what up, y'all? Killer Rhymes are live and direct. Check it out. Got those snapbacks back on deck. That's right. Blue, gold. We got the pink and we got the green, y'all. And we also got those CDs on deck. Check it out. Rhyme don't pay, defend our culture. Go make sure you pick your shit up off the website. Quaesar, peace, I'm out.
Awesome. Yeah, so when I was maybe 12 or 13 years old when I started writing, and I went to El Rancho High School. And so I knew a lot of writers at El Rancho, all the 213s and UNS, and which was Unstoppable, even some of the 310s and DK, these were all the crews
dropping knowledge,
the crews in Pico Rivera and Montebello and Whittier, and then I got kicked out of school and I went to Rosemead. Got introduced to a lot of people in Rosemead, OSA, SKA, you know, like the FBI's,
Nice.
you know, so I had, and then I got kicked out of Rosemead and went to Sure High School and started meeting like a lot of the J174s, WGSs, and like, so I knew people. There was no internet back then.
Nah.
You had to get around.
You had to get out.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you had to get out. Like you had to go to the malls and you had to go to like, you know.
If you don't write, you're nobody. Like nobody knows
like,
who you are.
You know, I met people in the Panic Zone that I had never met before. I had met people at the Motor Yard. I met people by just going out, you know, and I got into a lot of trouble writing, like a lot of us, right? And so like I had a love-hate relationship with writing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I put a lot of times I left the scene in handcuffs. So a space like this was always in the back of my mind, a place where people can come and not leave in handcuffs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And one of the ones that inspired me tremendously when I was a kid was Man One from Crew West.
Yeah, Man One.
COI, right?
Yeah.
He had Crew West in downtown LA, and well, the first one was in Alhambra, and that's when I first realized, like, oh, people, you can do this.
Yes.
You can, like, I didn't know you can do stuff like this.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
And if it wasn't for him, I don't think Overspray would even exist. So I got messed up in drugs. So I ended up having to leave everything behind for like a long time, and I got clean in Pomona.
Nice.
So I left like LA. I left the home when I was 18 years old.
For sure.
You know, I was out. I don't know what's going on with the kids nowadays. They don't want to leave home. I couldn't wait to get out, right?
Yeah.
So when I left home, you know, I went downhill real quick, you know, and I ended up getting clean out here in 2005.
Nice.
So because my support group was out here, I ended up staying out here. And
nice.
As a result of that, you start to, you know, writing never left. So I ended up starting to meet all the writers who were clean, all the hip hop heads who were clean, right?
We're still writers, still in our blood,
Yeah, you start, you know, there's a lot of writers who are straight edge and clean now.
Yeah.
You know? And so I started to develop that little community.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't even know. I didn't know you can write and not drink. I didn't know you can write and like not smoke. I didn't know you can. I thought one.
You had to rack cans. You gotta
I thought
destroy
one goes with the other, right? Like that's the way our life was as kids. Like you smoked weed and you go out riding. You get drunk and you go out riding, right? Like.
I mean, there was a certain rite of passage, you know, when you start off, it's different. I think that's why it's just so different now. Because for us, we didn't have so much of the adults. It was so new. There wasn't an older era to kind of school us up on.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying?
If you think about it now, some of these writers are grandfathers and grandmothers.
Yeah, exactly,
you know
right?
What I mean? Like
that's crazy.
Like second, third generation down now.
Yeah, we had to make. We had to make our own.
We were developing something so new, like so new.
Yeah,
you know,
to society,
like,
basically. You know.
Yeah, like the 80s and 90s were wild.
Yeah,
and it was so, you're right. It was so new. We were going against the grain. Parents didn't want us to be doing it. Like, and now we have, it's crazy owning Overspray, watching the parents come in to buy paint for their kids.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't happening when I was a kid.
No, man. But they're facilitating the art, the skill, you know, and it's a whole different art. It's a different skill.
Times have changed.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, it's super dope to see you doing good and succeeding at this. I know a lot of times, even speaking for myself, it's easier to put on the storefront than it is to keep the lights on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I give you respect for that. You know what I'm saying? Because times will get rough sometimes and we have our ups and downs, but you still keep the doors open. You still keep the business going and you do it for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is definitely somewhere that you're off the Route 66, off the 10, off the 60, come down, hit Pomona, and you're gonna discover underground hip hop. Once you hit the SGV, this is where it's at right here. You got shirts, craft supplies. They have a couple CDs here and there. They have hats. They even got Quaesar hats.
I think it's really important for us to just keep this going, keep it alive, right? Like Like this is not glitz and glamour. There's not a lot of money in this, so I'm not gonna ever buy a home owning OverSpray. So it's really important for people to like you, the people here that support OverSpray, the people that support the other shops. Like those people are the ones that matter, right? Like those people are the ones that matter. It's because of them that we're willing to sacrifice to give them a space to either perform or to put on a show or to put on a gallery, right? Like if it wasn't for them, like we wouldn't be here.
Hell yeah,
right?
That's what's up. Yes. So is there any shout out or like any way to get a website or something? OverSpray website? So
overspraysupply.com, www.overspraysupply.com. You can catch us on IG at overspray_supply.
Nice.
Or on TikTok at overspray supply.
Sick. That's what's up. Yeah, so you heard it straight from Emerg.1. Come down, check out OverSpray. Quaesar, I'm out. Peace. Yeah.